Wait, my microphone. Wait, hold on. It says my microphone is unmuted, but it has no signal. What?
That's a weird thing with OBS. If you still
That's weird.
like, yeah, if you look at your signal and it's still going up and down, then that means
Brr.
that everything's good to go.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. It is doing that. All right. Cool.
It's trying to, yeah, it's some other thing is just trying to capture
Mm.
something. Like it's weird. I have no
Yeah.
explanation for it other than OBS is being stupid. Also, hello.
Hello, everybody. We're doing something kind of different. Still same old. But we're talking about a video game today.
We are going to snort the disco.
Exactly. We're gonna snort disco.
So, do we want to? So, do we want to give the backstory as to how this game was discovered amongst us?
Yeah. Well, first off, we should like let people know. Well, actually, you know what? No, the IGN, because we're responding to IGN, but we're using it as sort of the piggyback off to discuss about the game. It did a review of Dead is Disco.
Yes, and it's a very interesting game. Like, cause so what I was just doing what I usually do, just looking for new stuff because I'm obsessed with finding new stuff. That's just who I am. And I saw this thing, and it was a preview, specifically for now that the game is out. It was the preview for Hemlock's boss battle, and I was like, "Dead as Disco." And then Maniac started playing, and since I'm a big fan of that sort of like classic rock pop, the like a lot of more of the classical like stuff from the 70s, 80s, and 90s started playing, and I was just seeing like an Arkham style combat game to the beat of music. I was like, oh, I gotta start showing everyone this. And then I found out it had a demo. I immediately downloaded the demo, and I just started showing it to everyone. It's like,
Yeah.
guys, you gotta check this out.
Yeah, and then I downloaded the demo, and I immediately fell in love, and I think I put like 20 hours into the demo.
Yeah,
God.
now, and now the game has been out. We've been kind of playing it like on and
Yeah.
off like this whole
Mhm.
And our
time.
own songs on the game and
I think that
fixing the difference
overall
in it.
the game in and of itself is for an early access is really good, but we'll just have to see when they start updating things if they we'll get into our complaints about it as well, but I think for an early access title, it's better than most early access titles.
Very strong start.
Yeah. But well, let's see what IGN has to say about it, because
Good Lord.
IGN, the fucking retards that they are. But sometimes they
Well,
have
we should get into that Max
they have an okay
PI.
take every 7,000 years.
Well, let's
So,
find out.
dead, alone, and broke.
The best rhythm games are combo mad. They let you express yourself, alter your play, match the beat to your tools, and show off. They're not all this way, of course, but the good ones, the ones that get that music isn't just playing the right notes in the right order, have more in common with Devil May Cry and your favorite fighting game than you might think.
Is that
Yes and yes and
maybe?
no.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't say that for something like Devil May Cry. I'd actually say something for that more like the Arkham games, because if you, as the resident Arkham expert here, uh, getting a really great combo against a giant group of enemies does feel like you are like in your own rhythm,
Mm-hmm.
because each fight has like because how the fight works with counter fight, like attack gadget, like using everything in your arsenal, like you're dictating the flow and thus the rhythm of the fight.
Yeah.
It's essentially why I can play those games blindfolded.
I love the Batman games. They're so fun.
Yeah. This is just Arkham, but with music.
Yes, it basically is.
It is
Mhm.
Disco, a literal beat 'em up from developer Brainjar Games.
Yeah, a literal beat 'em. What?
What do you mean a literal beat 'em up? What does that
Like,
mean?
did like I thought beat 'em ups were
Literally beating
was
people.
like was stuff
Or
like
like
a
side
lot of
scrollers, right?
yeah they were kind of yeah, but I guess you could have a 3D beat 'em up, but like I guess that the description isn't like incorrect, but a literal beat 'em up. But why would you?
It's why
say-
you're using the word literal. Like
Yeah.
that's more my issue.
Yeah, it's like it because if you say it's a beat 'em up, it's like okay, I guess I can agree with that. It's just weird
Yeah.
wording. I get that these guys don't have a lot of time to like go over their scripts and whatnot, just given the nature of the company they're in. But I mean, come on.
Oh, you mean Access Media?
Yeah, Access Media.
Games is as comfortable in that space as a well-worn leather jacket. Even at its early access launch, it's got the sick licks, fancy footwork, and consummate style to be a real contender. There are a couple parts of this album that I don't love, but it's about as close to being all killer no filler as an in-progress release can get.
Stop.
I mean, I guess. So
What?
with some of the songs, yeah, we're like depending on your taste of music, you're not gonna like every single song. Like I
Yeah.
just don't. I don't like Prophet's song. I'm just not a big fan of rap. And of fucking story.
I like Prophet's song when the lyrics
I
are
do.
going off. When it's just the beat, I don't like the beat because the beat is too slow.
If Aurora's song wasn't so fucking slow, I actually was getting into the vibe of it because I do
Like
like
the
it's-
song itself is fine, but like the beat
Most-
per minute is just slow.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
especially like when they put little cutscenes in the fights when they pick them up, and then the Galaxy play, morality play, like when it turns into a partial music video is just amazing, and then you're fighting this planet-sized lady, like it's
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Even though we'll get to the problems with her level though. Like aesthetically, it's amazing. Mechanically, it needs a lot of work.
You both had a problem with Dex. Meanwhile, my biggest problem was Aurora.
Like on first playthrough, the biggest problem with Dex is there's too many fucking ads in his fucking level. Which, by the way, for those who aren't equivalent, who aren't
Minions.
minions, yes, minions. We're not talking about like literal advertisements. Steam doesn't allow that. That's why Steam is objectively the best gaming service.
Do nothing, still win.
Yep.
Des has not told those famous reflexes.
I do like this.
Charlie
The
Disco
Prophet,
was
sorry.
dead to begin with. You must remember that, otherwise nothing that follows will seem wondrous or maintain any sense of mystery.
The legend is back.
Well, what does that mean?
I have so here's I'm gonna give my disclaimer. Until we reach the 1.0 patch, like I'm actually not paying attention to this game's story like at all. Like because this is a very mechanic focused game. Like and there's some usual gripes of the fact that this is an early access game, so therefore the story is like not even deliberately, just by the nature of it being early access, the story is not finished.
I do know a bit about the story because like each character after Charlie died, they sold their song and sold to the record label known as Harmony.
Okay.
And then like through each little character quest, you have to convince them to rejoin Dead as Disco, essentially reform the band.
Oh, I thought the convincing was beating the shit out of them.
So you convince them to like not be part of Harmony anymore, but this is where you learn that Prophet actually is more than just a name. He actually can see the. I think it's like he can like gain glimpses of the future, but it's not like pure future sight.
Mm.
But it turns out you can't keep a good man down, as Charlie has risen from the grave to put the band back together. One soul for one night and one last show as Dead as Disco. According to Vice, the floating German skull as Disco Ball who's there to enforce your contract to the letter.
No refunds.
Charlie got snuffed on the world tour, after which the rest of his band sold their souls to Harmony and became mega idols. Your job is to convince them that they were better off as a quintet and figure out who killed Disco.
In exchange for their mods, Harmony makes them play endlessly.
Which, by the way, I'm gonna guess is Benny, because they mentioned Benny several times. I'm gonna guess is Benny.
Mm.
Hooked up.
Or honestly, it could be Vice. You know.
Yeah.
Because his name is
Also,
Vice.
Also a quintet when it's like we can see through the slots that there's still like
Yeah, there's
it'd
still.
be
Well, Benny might not be a. Well, is Benny a band member? Because like when you like form them up on stage, it's like you have lyrics, you have bass, guitar. I don't know what Prophet does. I guess Prophet is also lyrics, and then you have drums, which is Charlie.
so yeah. If I had to, so yeah, Hemlock was guitarist, Deck was bassist.
No, the other way around.
Hmm.
It was the other way around. Hemlock was bass. Dex was guitarist.
I thought the guitar he has is specifically a bass guitar.
It might be.
But yeah, it looks like we're still missing people.
Yeah.
Like, cause Aurora was the. If I had to guess because of Aurora's style, she was the chorus.
Yes.
While Prophet was the main vocalist.
Yeah, probably.
That was the city's reactor.
Because, like, the skull's name is Vice, and I'm guessing it might be a weird allegory for how a lot of rock stars overdose on drugs. So he's probably going to be a villain.
Maybe I can convince him to unplug.
Dead as Disco isn't heavy on plot, but what's here kept me interested, and the performances are good. Charlie doesn't really remember what happened to him, or who offed him, and all he has to go on is Vice's word and the state of the world as it is now, 10 years after he bought the farm. When you confront Prophet about selling out to Harmony, he tells Charlie that he sold out long before the rest of them did. Disco doesn't believe it, of course, but then what does he have to go on? Vice's word? Would you trust a bedazzled floating skull? You won't see the end of Disco's story here, this is early access after all. But there's enough intrigue that I wanted to learn more about the characters and see what would happen next. The real power...
Yeah, because I think that all the characters are actually pretty cool. Dex is kind of like cringe edgelord, but like he represents like heavy metal, so...
And I kind of am looking forward to seeing like more interactions. I'm waiting for all of them to start interacting more as a group, because there's just so much potential between like each band member, and then also like I want to see how they'll interact with Styx, like the guy who runs the bar.
Well, apparently Styx was like you learn this through like getting Prophet stuff. Styx was actually was one of the best drummers ever. He was better than Charlie. I think he was. Yeah. Hold on, my cat just jumped on something she's not supposed to. Get out! Get.
That's why I actually had the inkling of like maybe like Charlie was more of the manager than anything because of seeing Styx. Like maybe he's actually the drummer, but we'll have to figure out later with how they'll put in more story beats.
Yeah.
Or behind Dead as Disco's chords is the moment-to-moment joy of beating up enemies to the beat.
I hope that's copyright.
I was trying to say every time like we're having to pull our own shit when it's like, all right, like YouTube, like this is a review, then they're including it, so you better not give us shit for it.
Well, they're IGN. They have probably contacts with YouTube, so.
If you've ever played Hi-Fi Rush, you're going to be right at home here. Combat marches to the tempo of the tune you're jamming to, so if...
But, like, isn't Hi-Fi Rush you need to, like, match the beat itself, whereas it kind of automatically does it here?
Well, yes and no. Like, because if you are hitting enemies to the perfect rhythm, you'll see the word perfect impact off their body. Like, whereas with Hi-Fi Rush, your attacks do more damage if you're doing it exactly to the beat.
Okay.
If you've got rhythm, timing your attacks, dodges, and counters will feel like headbang into a joint you know by heart. Now, every attack always lands on the beat, so combat feels good even if Charlie's doing his best Steven Adler impression. You don't gotta be right on time to succeed, but if you can sync your moves up with the song, you'll hit harder, dodge better, and build more fever meter you can use to cash in for special moves like Fever Rush, which allow you to play Charlie's drumsticks on his foes' heads. When you're moving and
Ah.
grooving,
That's the best song. The Hatsune Miku song is the best one.
Yes, we love it.
Dead as Disco's fights are remarkable. Hit a combo, pause long enough to pull off a counter, spend one of your takedown tokens to yank a guy out of the fight before he gets to swing, exit the animation early with a well-timed dodge, and hit the guy who's recovering from his swing with a finisher.
Okay. I guess this is also ultimately the problem with covering IGN is like they have to be like deliberately vague, I guess.
Yeah, whereas like one of my favorite things to do is like, so countering somebody will always stun them enough for a finisher. So what you could do is combo one is counter one guy, put him into his stun, quickly stun someone else, and go for a double finisher,
Yeah.
or possibly even a triple finisher after you've used the axe.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Regular enemies aren't super challenging, but some of them are so fast you can only counter them. Others require you to break a shield or keep an eye out for leaping attacks.
Which, by the way, breaking the shield is not that hard. Just do like a charge attack or just like a perfect dodge and then attack and then an attack.
Or force them to attack. You can fever rush the shield. They'll attack you, dodge, then hit. Like you can force them essentially to do it.
Yeah.
That's what I do. I always brute force through it.
For me though, like when they do that, it breaks your combo.
Which move are you forcing them to do? Because you can do a variety. You can make them do a variety of moves when you do the fever rush. If they do the outright like the swing, then it actually can force you out of your combo. If you do it, I believe either the first or second time, they'll do their overhead swing.
Okay. I just normally like dodge and then take them out or get behind them or just hit them with the.
I only normally do that combo when I'm like playing in Infinite Rush, where I'm trying to like eliminate as many people as possible. But then again, that's why I use my takedowns on them.
Yeah,
Get them out of the fight as early as possible.
I've found that like from my experience, I use my takedowns on the ones that shoot you, especially like when it's in a slower song and like dodging, like the less BPM is it's somehow harder than the higher BPM, which you would think it'd be the reverse. Like
I can understand why. It's because you're actually trying to like that's why you got to use your like you got to keep up with the sense of the rhythm like by actually like tapping your foot.
Yeah.
Like I think that's where my experience, mine and Anaya's experiences as musicians helps.
Axe and lasers. Fortunately, Disco can cancel just about any action into any other, so you've always got an answer, and playing around these requirements is fun. Combat is simple, but it feels so good, and when you've mastered the beat of a song and know how to handle the variety of enemies you're facing, it's pretty amazing. And damn if it doesn't look stylish as hell no matter what you do.
Are we gonna get into the bosses now?
That's good, because as strong as Dead as Disco's combat is, there's not a ton of stuff outside of it. You've essentially got 3 ways to jam in the early access build. Challenges, which will both teach you how to play and then task you to do so under.
Which some of these challenges are fucking bullshit, by the way, because one of them has me fighting both Hemlock and Aurora at the same time. That's a fucking nightmare.
No.
That is a fucking nightmare.
Jeez.
How
This is not cool.
I also just find some of them annoying, like that require you to have a certain move to even attempt them. Some heavy
of them,
kick holdout. I don't have heavy kick. I refuse. Granted, that's actually goes into one of my bigger criticisms. Fans should not be the currency for both the bar and your skill tree.
No,
like
that's weird.
I ended up accidentally there's the reason I don't have my heavy kick is because I thought the fans were the currency for the bar. And then when I got to the skill tree, I'm like, oh shit, I don't have anything. And this was damn near when I was close to beating like this amount in the game. And unfortunately, getting fans through challenges or free play, like you don't get that much.
Yeah, you need to like replay through the levels, the boss levels, to get a lot of fans.
Modified conditions, or while accomplishing specific tasks. Free play, where you can take on any of the 30 currently available tracks, some licensed, some original, at your leisure, and even upload your own. And the main story levels, where you face off against one of your former bandmates.
Say what you like. I traded your song for real power.
Which is funny because like that, because you would think that Maniac would not be Hemlock's vibe, because it's not, because he's punk. But no, he's just using Charlie's song.
Yeah.
These are Dead as Disco's most impressive moments. They're multi-stage fights against each idol, complete with some absolutely bonkers stage transitions, unique mechanics, and plenty of minions to break up the action. Each one feels pretty unique, and the songs you'll battle to the...
Okay, Aurora's...
I think so. One of the criticisms I'll actually have, first off, like not even mentioning Aurora's first, this is just sort of in general. The transitions feel incredibly forced. Like
Yeah.
they can yank you out to the next stage. You could be mid fight, which I experienced plenty with Aurora. Like you'll be like in the basically the dumpster of the Forgotten Dolls, still fighting them, and then just like, nope, time for the actual boss fight. It's like, oh, I was kind of busy. Like you actually, like it feels like the game is so desperate to maintain control over, like, essentially, because it's timed to a song. I think it's because like, oh yeah, this part of the song is over, time to move on.
Yeah. Hopefully they do kind of fix that. However, I think Aurora song is too slow, because I don't know what it is about, like,
I'll be right back.
when the beats per minute of a song just goes below like 150, the game just goes to a fucking slog.
Yeah.
It's just really annoying. Dodging becomes a bit difficult because I guess you're just more conditioned when you decide to fight to music. When you think of action,
Right.
and you think of like syncing up to music, you're thinking of stuff that's like at least a bit high tempo. Then you get like her stage song, which is like, oh wow, this is kind of miserable. And then fighting Aurora herself is it's really annoying, because like the bulk of your damage you're gonna do is like reflecting her stuff at her, and then like knocking back her meteors or whatever. Which those meteors have a bullshit hitbox.
They do.
It's bullshit. Like you dodge, even if you dodge out of like the little yellow area, you can still get hit. You can still get damaged by them. It's fucking stupid. And she's constantly is getting and dodging and getting out of the way, so you can't really get too many hits on her. Which is a shame, because her stage is the presentations like right here you're fighting this god AI.
Yeah.
Beat of are absolute bangers. I mean, come on. Punk rock skull in a vat, Hemlock fighting you to a sick version of Maniac? Yeah, buddy.
Hemlock incoming!
Oh, okay.
Of course, Aurora, the human AI designed just for you turned near deity, fights you to a pop song. What else would it be?
Well, I mean,
Say what it is. Say what it is. It's not just a pop song.
it's cringe pop. Yeah.
It's a K-pop song. Yeah, they're not. They don't like.
It's cringe pop. Yeah.
By far my favorite of these fights is the one against Prophet.
Yeah, Prophet's boss battle is pretty fun.
I enjoy it. I don't really like his song, but yeah, I enjoy the boss fight. Him throwing the words and you having to basically deflect them like you're in Arkham City when Ra's al Ghul pops out of the sand.
Actually, all you got to do
You
is
have to stop
hold
the
Y.
sword attacks.
You just have to hold Y, actually.
Oh damn! I tapped.
So
Like,
I didn't realize you have to hold it because it's like, and I'm like, wait, why does my combo meter 0? I was hitting it. It's like, oh no, you have to hold it. It doesn't hurt you. It just gets rid of your combo meter.
I can live with that.
Yeah, same. What the hell?
Cinema, baby. Sure as hell better than some sanitized musical biopic, you know? If I have
Are you taking a shot at Michael? The one about Michael Jackson that just came out, I guess?
Of course, it was going to be sanitized. The Jackson estate was never going to let like any of the controversy hit Michael.
Mm-hmm. Also, it looks like this one's gonna be a bit shorter.
Yeah, considering like they aren't really saying anything, and
so
we're kind of
how about a double feature?
okay. What's the? Who else has touched this?
I'm not sure. I guess someone. I don't know. I guess someone get on research.
All right, I'll get on to it.
Because it's either that or we look at IGN's review of the Halo show because I watched like the first couple minutes of that and it pissed me off something fierce. I actually kind of want to look. No, I want to look at that actually after this.
Okay, you're the only one that will have context for it.
True.
one issue with these fights is that they can be a bit unforgiving until you have some upgrades under your belt, which
That is true, actually. Yeah, like, because I was a psychopath and decided to do Aurora first because I'm like, oh, cute girl. Let's beat her up because I really love hitting women. No, I actually don't like hitting women on YouTube. That's a joke. It's a joke, YouTube.
No, he does. Don't worry about it.
But and I found myself, I'm like, it's on normal. Am I just really bad at this game? And then I heard that both Max and Wyatt had difficulties with Aurora, and I'm like, oh, so it isn't. So I guess she's meant to be tackled later.
Yeah, she has to, considering like for example, like you have to go through either Dex or Prophet to I forgot which one to get the move in which you throw your drumstick and then can follow up with a lunging attack. Like, which is pretty much how I beat her, because I beat her by basically never letting her get away.
So how I beat her was like by doing her stage. Even though I lost, I still got some fans, so I just upgraded my health and my fever rush, and then I just turned it down to easy and I went in there. For all the other ones, I'd beat them on normal. So, and they were challenging. I died like once or twice to Dex and like a couple times to Prophet, but it wasn't as frustrating as Aurora. Because like a lot of it was just very simple timing mistakes on my part. It wasn't like anything inherently bad about the stage. However, the second stage with Dex is like all of the ads going up the pyramid thing. Yeah, no, that was annoying.
Mm.
can be painful when they're several minutes long.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I guess it's like part of me registered. It's like when there's like, do you want boss fights to be more than several minutes long? But no, it's just the difficulty of it.
Right.
By the end, you've seen everything a boss has to offer and are just going through the motions of the fight in a way that dulls the best part of Dead as Disco's focus on player experience.
I mean, that kind of happens when you die to a boss, though, in any game. Right?
Yeah, what's kind of what gets really annoying, and it's not even really annoying as much as it is like my obsession, is anytime I died, I start the whole damn level over.
Yeah.
Because I refuse to let my score drop.
Oh, I'm fine with my score dropping, but what I kind of like whenever like if I had like one heart and it was like only on like the second stage, I would start over. So it's like, oh, okay, I'm not too far behind.
Yeah, it's like time to go back.
Expression. It's not enough to ruin any of them. I think they're all good, but I was always ready
Aurora's is quite bad. Sorry, hers is just bad.
for them to end before they actually did. Speaking of upgrades, every song you play will reward you with fans that you can use to upgrade Disco's Beat Kundo. Knock off a boss and you'll unlock a special move to spend Fever on, as well as a new, smaller upgrade tree. Dead as Disco's skill trees aren't huge, but they're meaningful. Each time you unlock a health
Yeah, they're meaningful. Every time you unlock a health upgrade, your health goes up. That's how upgrading works, IGN.
Yep, and that's why I appreciate the no skill tree is kind of useless. Like I said, I think it's either deck or profits includes the fucking baton lunge
It's
after
Dex.
throwing his drums. Yeah,
Dex, yeah.
because his moves include more of the lightning based. Yeah.
Profits is that when you sprint, you're like invincible for the first 8 beats or something, like for eight beats or whatever.
upgrade, or something even as simple as the ability to follow up a drumstick after you've thrown it, you'll feel it, which is exactly how it should be.
Yep. You have described
That is indeed a video game.
That is indeed a video. To see what you need. So what you need to do is you should have said the skill tree is a skill tree. It does what it needs to do. Moving on. Like
Yeah,
there's not
'cause
much
clearly-
to talk about.
The tree does this what the skill tree does.
Yeah.
Yeah, because not even unfortunately, I almost said unfortunately, it's just not as well developed, not as developed. And it's like because it's still in early access. There is this game
just
unfortunately has the early access curse of you can see that just how blatantly it is not finished, which I don't mind because again it's early access. There's some people, however, that's going to bother.
Oh yeah, and some people are gonna wait for it to be fully made, which might be like a year from now.
Hey, which
Yeah.
I'm fine with because there
Same.
already is a business decision that I'm kind of not okay with, and that's early access selling DLC.
Yeah,
that streamer pack feels so bizarre in a game where I can add music. Why are you selling extra songs? I believe the songs that I looked up in it, the reason they're streamer friendly is because they were done in house.
Yes, they were. So like all of the boss songs.
But then again, what's to stop me from just going onto YouTube, grabbing said streamer friendly songs, and then putting them in anyway?
Because not everyone's gonna do that. They're not gonna be autistic and go like, I'm gonna screen record this and I'm gonna put it in the editor and then I'm gonna render it as an MP3.
There's gonna be people that have probably already put the tracks out there already.
Yeah, I know, but like not, and yeah, I know, but like, I can kind of understand because it's especially for like streamers that want to capitalize on it of release. They're like, I don't want to go through the rigmarole of finding non-copyrighted music because as you found out, Wyatt, with certain music that you used in the the Dead Space playthrough, apparently someone bought the rights to this music, and you didn't even know about it.
Oh yeah, our Avowed thing. Yeah, somebody basically pulled a patent troll and fucking we got a copyright strike because of that.
Yeah, so I can kind of see it. I don't know why they'd be selling it like off rip if they I mean if you want to do more of that in the future, I think that's fine. But that's
why I'm still saying I just don't agree with it as a business practice.
Yeah,
you're still in early access. You shouldn't be selling DLC. That's what got Ark Survival Evolved so much shit back in the day.
Granted, I still bought the streamer friendly pack because as bad a business as kind of a questionable business practice as it is, I want this game to succeed, so I just decided to get it. Which also kind of based of them. I don't know if this was just me, but or if it was coincidence, it released at 20% off. So,
yeah, a lot of early access games are trying to do that. I grabbed both Dead as Disco and Far Far West, which also released under early access. Which I may or may not throw a copy your way. It's like $17 right now, and it's only 5 gigs. It's basically a co-op shooter, skeleton western themed thing. I need to play with Max. I grabbed him a copy.
Nice.
Yeah, a lot of games going into early access to basically say a big thank you are just being they're like, hey, yeah, we're giving you a launch discount. And in the case of like bringing up with Far Far West, they extended their discount because they've already sold 500,000 copies.
Oh, nice.
And
Yeah.
I believe Dead's Disco will probably be doing the same because they've already sold let's see, all like in just 48 hours sold 100,000 copies.
Oh, based.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, this is already successful. I'm
Hell.
very happy.
Same.
Yeah.
The challenges and free play are more limited because they lack the sheer star power and production of the boss fights, but the former is an
Okay, but the
Yes and no, because it's kind of up to you now. Because one of my favorite things about Infinite is selecting the stages, and some of the stages are absolutely amazing, including just an outright green screen. Like I'm gonna be fucking with that so much now.
There's also the fact that you could fight the bosses, some of the bosses in challenge mode. Some of them you do singular, some of them you like fight two prophets at the same time, and I'm like, okay, I'll give it a shot. Oh nope. Actually, one of Hemlock's story quests is to fight two Hemlocks at the same time.
I could probably do that.
Oh no, that part's easy, but fighting Hemlock and Aurora at the same time was fucking cancer. Because it's clear that the game is not really meant to do that yet.
Yeah, it's not designed to take that level. One of the big complaints that I have is like I honestly don't feel like we should have control over the camera. Like they need to.
That is a bit weird because I find myself not really controlling the camera that often.
Yeah, and when it gets yanked around, like when I was fighting Prophet, I had a weird glitch where he did his lunge off the stage, and because the camera whipped around to make sure that I kept looking at him, I got hit by a car because the camera was pointed up, so I didn't see the indicator that the cars were coming, so I got hit.
The
It's
fact
like,
that there
oh,
are cars
that's some
coming
bullshit.
at that point in the fucking boss fight is retarded. It makes sense in like when you're on the street because you're on the street, but when you're like ascending to this big coliseum and he just summons these cars to come in, that's just stupid.
No, no. I'm talking about the second and a half stage where, just before he shoots the words out for you, he engages with you a little bit. Some cars can hit the stage.
Oh, okay. Excuse me.
And then personally with Aurora's fight, lock the camera completely like to the back, especially when they bring the when she brings the big version of herself back. It's like I need to be able to see that at all times, please.
Yeah.
Like quit whipping around when she does her loops, and then god damn it, please fix the hitbox on that meteor. I
Yeah,
don't know what I'm supposed to be doing.
You're I guess you're supposed to be like 7,000 feet away when you see it like coming towards you.
I tried sprinting, I tried everything, and it's just like I don't know if it's like I'm supposed to dodge in just the opposite way because she does kind of lead it, but it's like how am I supposed to figure out like where she's leading it because I can't see where she's aiming it, really.
Yeah.
excellent way to learn Charlie's moves while challenging yourself, and the latter is a chill way to explore the set list or chase high scores. I particularly love the ability to upload your own tracks and play around with them. I've never been much of a make-your-own fun guy, but it's hard not to admire the moxie and tools on display here. And if all your music's on Spotify, or you're just not into that, there's plenty of rockin' tunes preloaded for you to jam to. Putting novels big and rich on
You can also like just like get OBS, screen record it, find like an editor and deck or something, and then just convert it to an MP3. You know.
on here
Which
is
is
a hell
like
of a choice.
pretty sure what we did.
That's exactly. Well, I downloaded the video and turned it into an MP3. But yeah, it's basically the same thing.
Yeah, depending on what I like, I just straight up ripped some old MP3s that I had laying around to just insert them into the game, and then as a joke, when this game first released with the demo, I may or may not have thrown one of our recordings into the game just to see like how well it handles it, and it's just like, oh, it works. It doesn't function, but it works, and by
Yeah.
it doesn't function, I mean there's There's no beat to track.
Exactly.
Saying, save a horse, ride a cowboy.
That better not be fucking copyright.
Between gigs, you'll head to a dive bar called the Encore, where you can spend fans, which is kind of weird when you think about it, to fix up the joint, buy memorabilia, find collectibles, and use all the stuff to learn more about what happened to Charlie, and what's gone down in the 10 years he's been away. Beat an idol, and they'll be in the Encore for a chat, too. It's a fun way to learn about the members of Dead as Disco, and you'll usually have to find items in the bar, or their levels, for them to keep the conversations going.
Which, trying to find items in the levels is really fucking chaotic, because you need to be dodging and countering, but also keep an eye out for some stuff. And some of the stuff is not.
That's why I didn't even think of doing that, because I was just like, I'm in the middle of a boss fight. Why I'm not looking for a story item?
Typically, I think the story items aren't. No. Some of them are in they're usually in the first or second stages of the boss fight itself. Not, but yeah, no, they are. It is quite annoying.
It's good encouragement to play more challenges and tackle their fights again after you've cleared them once, because otherwise you're just playing for the love of the game.
Yeah, okay, what's wrong with that? If I want to play Hemlock's level again because I like the level, I'll play it again.
Yep.
Isn't that why we replay games, for the love of the game?
Also, I can't, Hemlock's gonna be the first person I challenge on hard.
Yeah, same. Same, because I think he's probably gonna be the easiest on hard. He's the simplest fight.
Oh, that, and also I just like his song the most. It's
Oh,
Maniac.
Yeah. It is, yeah.
Dead as Disco has more than enough to do, but like any great musician will tell you, the motivation for playing ultimately has to come from within.
Look, what do you mean? You mean every game ever made? What the fuck do you mean by that?
Oh my god.
He's trying to philosophize.
It's trying. Yeah, it's a fuck.
Full.
I'm trying to philosophize, and it's I'm not. And here's the thing: this isn't me diminishing the game, but this is not the game you want to philosophize about. This ain't fucking Planescape Torment, okay?
Dead as Disco may be more EP than.
Okay, give it a 7 out of 10. Do it.
I dare you.
Do it.
No, I dare you, IGN.
Triple
Actually,
dog dare you.
give it an 8 or higher. Come on, don't make it average.
No, do it. Give it a 7, cowards.
Album at its early
Bro,
access
it's
debut, but it already
fine.
proves that Brainjar Games has everything it takes to top the charts one day. The cats on stage are electric, the setlist is inspired, and they're
Which, by the way, these animated segments are fucking great.
Yes,
Yeah, I am already waiting for someone to want to make whole fan animations of the entire fight, essentially.
I actually kind of Hemlock is arguably a little bit weaker, but in terms
Okay,
of
try that again when you're not yawning.
So you could say that Hemlock is a bit weaker in terms of the weakest in terms of animation, but I'm he literally cuts a train in half. I don't care.
Yeah.
there's enough juice at the bar to keep you coming back for more. Ultimately, you kinda have to give yourself to the flow to see everything Dead as Disco has to offer. You have to be excited to practice, to explore technique.
You have to you
engage in the goddamn game. Yes, I fucking understand that.
Fucking game journos. Fucking game journos. You are useless.
That is what is required to play the game. You have to engage. That's one of the biggest problems I have with Crimson Desert. I get unengaged every 5 seconds because it's essentially an everything game. I'm not engaged because I have choice fucking paralysis. Whereas if I play something like Yakuza, I feel inclined to master my combos, figure out the fucking mini games, do something that is outside of the fucking horse shit of everyday life. That is what it means to play a fucking video game.
IGN hire me. I will be your best reviewer. I promise.
No, you care slightly. Therefore, you're already you're a bigot.
I swear
What's
to you,
the
man.
point of it? What is it?
So they review games.
Do they just hate on games? Is that their
No.
prerogative?
No, No, their criticism is that they literally say every game they have they play like 90% of them are a 7 out of 10. Like all games apparently, the majority.
Actually, I've got a better.
Should
I've
do
got a
the
better.
Mouse PI one because
No, so
No.
I want to get through that. I want to get through Mouse PI first. No, I have a better idea for what to follow up.
What?
Good old Alana Pierce, the 7 out of 10 video.
I don't want to suffer through Alana Pierce. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't.
Fine.
I can't because first off, that video is also primarily revolving around like also I believe Star Wars Outlaws as well, and like I don't know.
Our biggest argument is like about the complexity of the game. That's what lends it to being a 7 out of 10 for people, and it's just like that means fucking nothing.
Well, that's because she's a fucking apologist for the AAA industry.
Well, yeah, because she used to work at IGN.
Which I would imagine if you used to work at IGN, you'd be disillusioned with the AAA industry. But whatever, you know, I guess you need to sell your soul to work for IGN.
If you're willing to dig into the act of making something, so much the better. You'll get more out of it. That's just how music is, how action games are. The good ones, anyway. Fall down 7 times, get up 8, until the song that whoops your butt is a dance your fingers know all the moves to.
Like a video game. You're describing a video game. Stop making videos for people who don't play video games, you fucking hacks.
Charlie's only got one night to set things right, but Disco never dies.
Oh.
They gave it an 8. I was right.
Yay.
Okay, they gave it an 8. Alright. So they're cowards. Got it.
They'd be cowards if they did give it a 7, because then they'd just be like, this just goes on to the 7 out of 10 pile. That like is the highest of the mountain. Oh wait, hold on. Like to keep it on topic, actually, instead of going to the Halo, has GameSpot made a review?
Okay. GameSpot. Yeah. Wait, no, that was for the demo. Okay.
Yeah, they were talking about they've seen it on Gamescom. Yeah, there's
a stylish brawler with real substance. So,
Oh, I found it.
Yeah, I guess we'll load this in. Copy address.
Because honestly, if I had to work for any of these people, I would want to work for GameSpot so I could just say out of pocket shit like they did for the Miles Morales.
Yeah.
Really feel the swagger of a black teen.
Disco is dead, baby.
That's
Not the
crazy.
genre so much as the man, Charlie Disco. Not that he remembers it or being
This off of our own experience with Deadest Disco, and reflects our personal views on what it offers and how fucking cowards having to put that in there.
Also, white text over fucking bright as shit. Like the UI is designed to be bright and colorful.
Yes,
so
let me
you
just
see half
zoom
of this
in.
fucking
in
text.
Yeah.
brought
Like, I
back to
can't see
life
that
and
shit.
guided by a floating skull.
Do you think and ensuring it matches your experience and standards of person? So, do you think
You've already thrown your fucking opinion out the goddamn window, then GameSpot, because your whole deal as reviewers is to inform. You're supposed to inform the consumer on whether or not they should buy something. If we review a film and we just talk about like how bad it is, the pacing's bad, the acting is the worst thing we've ever seen, and then we went, but that's just my opinion. We like the entire review would just be thrown out the fucking window because we copped out.
Exactly.
Known as Vice. The only thing real is that his ex-bandmates have seemingly moved on, each finding success as rock stars, K-pop.
Oh man, this must have been like the early demo.
You needed the beat indicator?
Oh, is there a beat indicator?
Yeah, and the accessibility options for people like yourself, Jake, that have no sense of rhythm. I kid. But like
He's not wrong though, to be fair.
In the load.
that there unironically is a beat indicator, which I don't mind for people. Like, people don't have a sense. Like I said, and I are musicians, or used to be, so we already have like that sense of rhythm when it comes to these types of games. And then also, like, every once in a while, and I will just we'll go to Dave and Buster's and play Guitar Hero, and then
It's my crack.
uh,
So sorry.
But so, like, I don't shame the beat indicator. However, it does feel a little odd that a quote unquote professional needs an accessibility tool on.
Well, no, see, this is journal mode.
Yeah, turning it on is kind of its own journal mode. I turned it on for our Hi-Fi Rush, but that's because we were doing a recording, so I needed to be able to talk and play the game, so I needed a visual indicator.
I do find it immensely entertaining that games journalist is just now a slur.
Yeah, because they've lost their integrity.
Exactly.
Icons, and more, some at the expense of his legacy. But utilizing the power of Beat Kundo, Charlie aims to find out who murdered him and why, and maybe get the band back together in the process.
Okay, hey. Okay, GameSpot, why the fuck are you playing the copyright music so loud?
Yeah, I don't understand. I don't understand it. Like this, I swear, if this gets fucking copyrighted.
Just mute your end, and we'll let you know when the music stops.
Okay.
All right, you're good.
That's crazy, GameSpot.
And
Real crazy.
Rather familiar themes. The consequences of fame, whether it's delusions of grandeur or selling out to whoever pays top dollar. You know, the usual. It's all Charlie can do to remind his bandmates of what matters, both through words and by knocking some sense into them, and their seemingly infinite supply of groupies. However, there's clearly more going on, like something discordant that could unravel everything. However, by this point you're probably wondering, what is Dead as Disco anyway? Well, to put it bluntly, it's a free-flow combat-style beat-em-up.
Bitch, why didn't you fucking start with that?
yeah, like, say what you will about the IGN review, they immediately talk about like what the game actually is. They didn't go on the soliloquy, which I honestly do think they kind of learned from the mouse PI thing, because they started to drivel. They were driveling on before they even started talking about the actual gameplay.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, with their Dead as Disco review, they're like, "Yep, like it's just an action back to like you're fighting people to Maniac." It's like, okay,
Similar to the
you
Batman
got it.
and Arkham games, dishing out a consistent degree of punishment to enemies who build up a combo, known as beats. The key difference is that
I can see the combo in the right hand corner, guys.
Not to mention, like, it's a musical game. Like, it beats, yeah, because it's the beat of the rhythm, like, of the song.
you're encouraged to slay to the beat, whether it's to
Yeah.
Yep, he's got that figured out.
increase the damage of certain moves, replenish your takedown tokens faster, or to net a higher score than anyone else.
Yeah.
Jesus, you're spamming every fucking move, man. Like,
Yeah, you don't need to do that.
Yeah, you know.
Among some other things. It may seem overtly simple, but that's the core appeal and how Dead as Disco has quickly built a name for itself through several playtests and demos, crossing 1 million wishlists on Steam. It's launching on Steam
Okay.
Early Access on May 5th and offers 4 opponents to tussle across their unique stages. You can travel back to the central hub, known as the Encore, to decorate, converse with characters, and unlock new skills. Or you could venture into the
Alright.
infinite disco
Yeah.
and undertake challenges, fighting waves of enemies on any track without conditions, or engage in an endless dance of brutality. Now, when that's not enough, you can import your own tunes and finally customize the beat timing, like Audio Surf with fisticuffs, and it is awesome. From the menus right down to the animated stills and character designs, Dead as Disco oozes style. Its
Notice
aesthetics are
IGN
clearly in
didn't
tune,
mention
not
you
just
can
with
change the beats per minute.
It mentioned the editor, but they didn't go into that much
Yeah,
detail
they
about it.
Yeah, I just get into the gameplay, dude. Like, what the fuck? What the why are we? God damn.
Why are we here? Why are we here?
Just to suffer.
Just to suffer.
Just
the
to suffer.
presented genres of music, but the mentalities of NPCs themselves. The AI, Aurora, for example, offers a mix of
The AI Aurora shows death.
It shows deck. Come on, man.
You're weird, dude.
starry backdrops and a boss phase that occurs on a planetary.
Why are you talking about?
Also, how are you
Horrified.
how are you letting Dex projectiles hit you, man? This is
Yeah,
not like
those are pretty easy to do. Just all you gotta do is like as soon as the prompt shows, hit Y.
Ring as you deflect
Forget
stars
the-
back at her
the
giant
SpongeBob
form.
incident.
At her giant form, and you showed Dex. Are you?
and now you're back to fucking Hemlocks. Like, are you fucking you're
Oh my god.
Hemlock is more grunge, a dimly lit, neon graffiti-infused subway where the tracks become an impromptu mosh pit.
Okay, right stage, wrong visual.
I don't even know where to begin describing Dex's levels, which I feel
the guy who made the script and reading it off was not talking to the fucking editor.
The editor wasn't fucking listen. The editor wasn't fucking listening, or just doesn't know what the fuck the game is.
I imagine all of us would have a fucking fit if we were like if we were in any of the positions required for this review, and this was like say you were the script writer and you saw you saw me editing this and you're like, why the fuck are you on Dex's stage while like Hemlock is talking? Like, what are you doing?
feel like is a fusion of brutalist architecture and desolate monochromatic landscapes. It defies description at times, especially when you're transitioning from one section to the next at breakneck speed, like a psychotropic music video.
As you just have them going through the subway, you could have had like the scene where like the big machine Dex is like ripping a hole in reality and sticking his head out or whatever.
And
It's
yet,
actually kind of why I appreciated Hemlock's stage a bit more, by the way. After defeating people and you just see the go, reminding me of classic beat 'em ups, and it's just like, okay, I wish this was more of a level. I want to fuck with this more.
and I actually really like the transition to like the final stage of the fight where he like comes down and smashes his guitar and it just boom, you get teleported as the song picks up.
Yeah.
all of this, visual clarity remains relatively clean, ensuring that you always know where the next threat is coming from, even if you haven't mastered the muscle memory necessary to conquer them all. Even the little visual flourishes, like the word perfect bursting forth in a spray of color from an enemy, or Charlie's animations upon completing combos,
As you say without showing. Okay.
add to the overall charm. Now, if you've played any of the Batman Arkham games, you'll have a strong fundamental understanding of the combat. Press X to attack, Y to counter, and A to dodge. When an opponent
And A to dodge, as you say, as you eat shit from an easy to dodge attack. Okay. Games like hey, at least the IGN guy from his gameplay actually looked like he knew how to play
Okay.
the game well.
I will say, like this, this also does bring up a slight criticism, as I don't know if he meant to do it or if he's just bad, but the lock on for this
bad.
game is horrendous because he wasted a takedown on a normal enemy,
Yeah.
like when he could have used it for free stun and damage to Hemlock. I don't know if he did it on purpose, but like I'm gonna give the benefit of the doubt and say that was an accident because it's more obvious on Aurora's stage, but like I said, if it happened here, then it happened here.
Yeah.
is dazed, press B for a finisher, and once you've earned a takedown token, Y plus B lets you execute it.
Why aren't you
Yep,
showing those instances though with the editing? And yes, all right, yep. I know how to. This is how you play the game. Wow, You know, White, I'm actually glad you recommended this because we're getting a lot of material out of this fucking dog shit.
We're only halfway through because they're just basically explaining a video game to us, and it's like, yep, I understand that part.
Meanwhile, the Fever Bar is your ticket to unleashing abilities. A solid system,
Okay.
and one that Dead as Disco takes to with relative ease, even if Charlie's strikes may feel a bit weightier than expected.
What do you mean?
What do you
Well,
mean?
no. What do you actually mean by his strikes feel weightier? Like the impact sound is just weighty enough and just light enough to blend in with the song, because no matter what, his counters will be to the beat. Like it's almost like say you fuck up and you're off beat, a simple counter will get you right back on the timing.
Yeah.
Of course, that window feels finely honed for several different purposes, whether it's quickly transitioning into counters and perfect dodges, or properly timing your strikes to the beat. But the best part is how it takes those fundamentals and adds its own unique abilities and nuances while still allowing.
Also, what is this music playing in the background?
I mean, I'd rather hear this weird Pirates of the Caribbean song than accidentally fucking playing like a licensed song for way too long that would spark the ire of the copyright gods.
Then play one of the copyright-free songs in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Allowing for an extensive amount of freedom. Baseball sliding into enemies will launch them into the air.
You say as you don't show that.
Heavy kicks can send them into walls and set them up for finishers.
You say as you don't show that.
You don't do a heavy kick.
Perfectly timed counters deal more damage.
Perfectly timed counter shows a dodge.
Joe's getting hit. No, he didn't. He didn't dodge. He got hit.
All right, that's. Oh my god.
Perfectly timed dodges into counters can lead to finishers.
Just counters.
God, they just don't care, do they?
I'd flip my fucking lid. I'd be like, hey, I'm just going over this video that's our review of Dead as Disco. Were either of you two, like, imagine like you two are in front of me. I'd just be like, were you two not talking to each other when you were making this thing? Because this looks like dog shit.
Yeah, this is horribly edited.
A few seconds of invincibility, letting you avoid that charging headbanger or riot guard. Sure,
Why did you run away from the projectile?
Why did you? How did you not? Were you not able to do that?
I'm gonna see if there are any comments while we talk about this. I gotta see like if anybody's just going like, man, this is shit.
I mean, unless we talk about the SpongeBob incident.
Rooms with methodical finesse. But how?
They're not that hard. They're not that hard. They're not that hard to deflect.
About playing the drums on some poor sap's face before knocking him out, or tossing a drumstick from afar to keep the combo going while you sprint.
Doesn't show the
towards
drumstick.
the target. The beat can serve as a strong guideline for how you should be timing those blows, but the nature of those hits is up to you. And if you're a stickler for hitting to the beat, well, don't worry. There are options for enabling a beat indicator and a beat ring. You can even make it so that non-attacking enemies are indicated at all times. Also, I cannot heap enough praise on the actual boss fights, even if it can be annoying to constantly sit through their cutscenes or subsequent retries without a skip button.
So first off, there is a skip button for their introduction, to be fair.
So you died a lot, is what you're telling me.
Yeah.
Also, like now I feel like I need to just grab onto like a rope and swing around a mast or something, because that's what this music is very distracting.
By the way, it talks about boss fights, doesn't show the boss fights.
Well, you talked about the goons while the fucking boss fight was happening. It's reversed.
Yeah.
I think the person who edited this video didn't like the guy who decided to write the script, so he decided to make a poorly edited video.
Also, like, despite this review being up for like 5 days, this review is doing shit for IGN, not IGN, for GameSpot numbers, because it's only got 5.7k views and only 9 comments.
Whoa.
9?
What the fuck? Check the IGN video.
Well, hold on. It's because we're morons. This isn't GameSpot. This is Gaming Bolt.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
we're idiots. We were looking at somebody else. But yeah, Gaming Bolt. We're
yeah,
like,
Gimple,
you
yeah.
gotta get your shit together, man.
How many subs does he have?
Like one. Let's see, Gaming Bolt. 1.34 million.
That
man,
is
I
awful.
We were just roasting GameSpot and it wasn't even a GameSpot video.
It's because like, well, when you're so close to GameSpot level with your review, like I hate to say it, but he is kind like, yeah, his channel does look like it's plummeting because like he did a review, he released a review 2 hours ago for a game called Motor Slice, and it's only got 861 views for the first 2 hours.
You know, when that's
Like we may not be like the most popular YouTubers on the planet, but we do understand the output ratio that you're supposed to have when it comes to an audience. Like
yeah.
that's channel is about to die numbers, unfortunately.
That's channel is dead numbers.
Each
I mean,
of them feels
yeah.
mechanically unique, though you'll have to get used to dealing with and dodging area of effect attacks. Aurora in particular can get annoying since she
I agree.
Okay,
Yes.
yes.
suddenly lobs a projectile at you with little warning. Defeating your ex-bandmates
True.
Proceeds to not show said projectile
Exactly.
though.
Yeah.
unlocks new attacks and skill trees, and while some upgrades like extra hearts and fever bars can feel straightforward, you can also
Why didn't you dodge out of the way of that? God damn it.
transform certain abilities. Bass Invader, which sees Charlie swinging a guitar to knock back surrounding enemies, can become Super Bass Invader, where charging the attack results in a powerful Grand Slam that sends enemies up in the air. Considering you can only have 4 equipped at once, there's definitely room for picking favorites, but you're free to reset the skill trees at any time and play around with different
Oh my god, that was so easy to die.
Yeah, he keeps getting hit and it's bothering. It's definitely bothering Jake. I'm like, my eye is twitching every once in a while.
Oh, it's not even like you're getting mogged by a bunch of enemies at once, and it's hard to keep track of stuff, and you kind of get hit with stuff you shouldn't get hit by, but like it's because there's so many enemies around. No, he was like all the way over there.
options. While its visuals are to die for, Dead as Disco would be nothing without some great music. There are over 25 tracks currently, and though your mileage may vary, I found Boom by Baby No Money and the classic Maniac to perfectly fit the overall vibe.
Don't you play it. Don't you play it.
Yeah, Maniac fits the vibe. What's funny is finding out that, yeah, that's Charlie's song that Hemlock just fucking took.
Even Aurora's original songs are pretty great, carrying a distinct K-pop flavor. Suffice to say, I really like Dead as Disco. Even in early access, it's so polished, balancing style with substance while tapping into the aspect.
What substance? I'm not even disagreeing with you, but you never said any substance.
You
just
didn't
told us-
you didn't tackle any of that, including the like you could have talked about the conversations they have at the bar.
Yeah.
Of mastery that made those Batman Arkham Challenge maps so immensely replayable. Even if there's still a ways to go before the story is fully fleshed out, the amount of content is still pretty respectable at $25. Whether you're trying to master each chapter, complete all challenges, or rack up a high score in Infinite Disco. The fact that more abilities, customization options, challenges, bosses, skill trees, music, that true endgame.
I'm just gonna pause for a moment. It's also kind of funny how so it's understandable, but like so Max and I immediately started modding the game like the moment we had the opportunity, and we both get this pop-up that's like, oh, scores are not gonna be counted for the scoreboard now. It's like, okay, that's fine, but now it's just like, oh yeah, my chances of like if I want to get on the scoreboard, I'm just gonna have to turn them off.
I haven't modded the game yet, so
it's fun to just see the other side. There's one mod I'm just really interested in, and that's that turns his Fever Rush drumsticks into bricks. So it just looks like he's repeatedly hitting people with bricks, which is also just messing with the skins is probably the funniest. We may throw some screenshots in, maybe not. I'm not sure. But they're like seeing Leon S. Kennedy do a fucking disco flip and then kick a guy in the face is like very amusing. And the mods are all over the place. Like I saw Optimus Prime. I saw Isaac Clarke from Dead Space.
There's Burning Gundam. There's Luna from a Hell of a Boss. There's My Wife Goldship.
Yeah, Vine Lycon from fucking Zenless Zone Zero. And they're all like animated quite well because since this is in Unreal Engine 5, this is like they just insert a lot of the models from Fortnite.
Although the Luna mod that Max has, her tail looks like a leech or like that of the abdomen of an insect or whatever rather than a tail. It's really creepy.
I am sure he doesn't mind.
True.
True endgame, and even co-op are also in the works is mind-boggling. Charlie Disco.
Okay, that I didn't know. Co-op's gonna be amazing.
Dude, I can't wait for co-op, man. It's gonna be so much fun.
May or may not find a resolution to all this, but one thing is for sure: the band's getting back together, and by the time Dead as Disco exits early access, it should be one for the ages. But for now, however, it's an excellent early access offering that masterfully blends 3D beat-em-up combat with some sick beats.
And that'll be about it for this.
That was awful.
Yeah, that was not a great review. So in terms of it's still early to really talk about it, but like in terms of games coming out this year, I have been thinking about this, like what's been Game of the Year material so far. Crimson Desert's not even closely on that fucking list, at least to me, on a subjective value. I do think Dead as Disco, like, hopefully if it releases its 1.0 patch, should hopefully qualify. Pragmata, as far as its story, I think is going to make it a contender. As far as its gameplay is concerned, I have kind of fallen a bit out of love with it, but that's kind of because, like, I don't even necessarily think it's bad or anything. It's just I'm here more for the character interaction than I am for the hacking and shooting gameplay.
I think Pragmata is going to get snubbed.
I wouldn't be surprised. I think Crimson Desert's probably gonna grab it. I kind of had a bit of a not a crash out on Twitter, but I had a moment where I was kind of losing my mind where I saw somebody that was saying like, "Oh, James Bond's gonna be a real Game of the Year contender," and I kind of just went, "Yeah, we're at an early stage of the process in which every game technically is a qualifier. We haven't started like cutting them off. Like, what do you mean? Like,
yeah.
Like this statement is meaningless. Like even games that we don't even like are still technically qualifiers.
Yeah, this is true.
Hell, Shapes 2 just finally came out of early access. That factory shape building game. So that's possibly a Game of the Year contender. Everything is. Also, I love how you're still like, I am going to show you this review, God damn it.
I am. Yeah, we're having a triple feature today because we did game reviewers that say nothing instead of pretentious video SES that say nothing but for longer.
You. You're everywhere.
Oh, I hate this monologue right now. I hate this.
Can't turn around without staring at an uplink about humanity's best weapon.
Paramount.
Yeah, the only thing that's keeping the species alive. Yep.
Yeah, it's humanity's best way. The way that Chief is just Chief. By the way, here's a fun fact about Master Chief. Those who didn't know, in the actual real Halo, he likes being a Spartan. He genuinely enjoys it.
Plus's Halo series was a very long
Oh my god, why does he sound like Otterly Noah? Ryan McCaffrey. Why do you sound
Paramount
like
Plus, like he's doing the whoa voice.
Yeah.
Time
Whoa,
in coming,
hey, hey.
Years-long development cycle was probably for the best. Not only has Prestige TV come a long way in the special effects department, but it's only been within the last few years that Hollywood studios seem to have figured out how to craft a decent video game adaptation.
I guess Halo is not one of those, though.
Halo was not
And
one
I
of
was like,
them,
is it
and
this? No,
the
'cause it's
bar
not.
is already incredibly low. When we're just kind of okay with an okay storyline with Arcane Season 1 or the Super Mario movie, like the bar is incredibly low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when the very first Mortal Kombat movie is contender for the
Wait.
best, that means that's saying something.
Like as
You know,
far
like-
as like when Iron Lung came out. then
Iron
that's
Lung is
based
probably
on
Iron
board
Lung
game.
is probably the best so far.
Yes, yeah. But like I know the Backrooms is coming out, so we'll
I mean,
see.
it's kind of like how in terms of like the bar is so low for so many things, like to the point that like for example, live action anime adaptations, the bar was set so low that of course the live action One
Back in the day,
Piece
it was
with
terrible.
well, like the live action One Piece, not only because it was good, but like even it being okay would have set it miles above its competition because the bar was just that low.
Look, when the live action Guyver movies are contender for the best before that, that's something's wrong. And I love those movies. The first one,
And they're
so
not
much.
good.
Yeah, no. The second one is too long, but it is better. But the first one is a fucking disaster.
Yeah, we
Watch my
were
video
watching.
on it.
I was browsing through Amazon and I found Guyver again. Had a bunch of flashbacks. Nearly punched my monitor. But for the thumbnail for it, it shows the Guyver mask and then shows Mark Hamill.
Yeah,
I'm just like,
that's how it was advertised. Yeah.
Well,
that he was
yeah.
gonna be the Guyver.
Yeah, that's how it was advertised. I mean, I have the DVD case for it right there, and it has Mark Hamill is like that. Yeah, no one was gonna watch the movie for Jack Armstrong. They want to see Luke Skywalker in a bio armor suit, not this.
Exactly. Why did they just do that then? Why the fuck?
No, they had to turn Mark Hamill into a weird bug monster for him to die like 3 seconds later.
That's terrible.
Halo, the
I wanted to
TV
turn the
series,
movie
is
off
no
immediately.
Castlevania or Arcane, but it's a solid adaptation of
I
an
haven't even
iconic
watched
franchise
Castlevania.
and one that's
No,
it fucking
No,
isn't.
so it has the iconography and the look down relatively well for the most part. I mean, like the aliens look a bit weird, but that's just because like the CGI is because they have to be CGI, and I guess for what they are, they look close enough. But no, everything about it is the antithesis of Halo because the people who made this despise Halo, which we'll get into in a bit.
succeeds in blazing its own trail in the process.
No, it succeeds. It's really funny because this show got canceled after 2 seasons.
Yeah, we were really worried that it was gonna fucking
Get a third one because apparently when it was on Netflix, it had a resurgence in popularity, which there are more fans of the Halo show now than there used to be because of that, and that is unfortunate.
Whereas previous live-action Halo fare like Forward Unto Dawn and Nightfall was set specifically within the universe of the game.
By the way, Silver Team is fucking lame. Where's Blue Team?
So as somebody who has seen both of Forward Unto Dawn and Nightfall is shit.
I haven't seen Nightfall. I have seen Forward Unto Dawn. I remember it being pretty okay.
Hey Jake, it features a former Spartan 2, and you may be thinking, how do you have a former Spartan 2? Well, this person escaped and removed their implants.
You can't. How do you remove your augmentations? That would kill you.
Yeah, one of your augmentations meaning you have like fucking indestructible bones. Like, how do you fucking like? It shows
the
the
augmentations
scars.
are also on your organs as well to like stimulate. There's like the pituitary one, I think, that stimulates growth. That's how fucking Sam was like 7 feet tall without his armor. It's how fucking John's like 6'10" without his armor. So
and then
stupid.
they gotta fight like a whole colony of hunters, which I think would actually fit better for a horror setting, because the idea of for those who don't know, the hunters are actually a colony of worms. So imagine like a whole planet is covered in them. Like, that's pretty goddamn terrifying.
Yeah.
It's weird when Nightfall does something better than the Halo TV show.
Yeah, because they do that scene, but I don't think the hunters ever show up again in season 1.
Which is really stupid.
They didn't have the budget for him, I guess.
The Paramount series exists in its own continuity, dubbed the Silver Timeline. That decision generally works in the series' favor.
Yeah, you're right. It does, because it doesn't fuck with the continuity. It doesn't make things a bit worse than they already are. Thanks, 343.
It allows the show's writers a certain amount of leeway in terms of altering characters, condensing the timeline, and generally reworking the Halo mythos to better suit the television format.
No, it doesn't, because the Halo mythos in and of itself is perfectly fine for a television format.
Yep.
You literally could have had an entire season of just a bunch of Marines like trying to hold off like Covenant forces, like episode by episode, like the resources and numbers get dwindled one by one, and you can either have them like finally evacuate with like a handful, or the planet gets glassed over because the Covenant they want the planet for the resources, but it's taking too long to capture it, so they decided to like just glass it over. I literally just came up with a better Halo show, by the way, right now.
Well, that's why when we were doing something like for your birthday, we were watching Halo Legends.
Yeah.
And we were talking about like our favorite episodes, and like Prototype came up, and it's just like I fucking love that episode so much.
It's a great episode, but I love I love the one with Spartan 1337.
It's a bit too goofy for me.
It is a bit too goofy, but I think they're allowed one goofy one. They're allowed the one goofy one.
Mm-hmm.
Iconic or not, Master Chief as he exists in the games is not an ideal protagonist for a TV series.
That is...
What do you mean? No. Fuck you on that, IGN. Like, Master Chief is perfect for a TV show protagonist.
Exactly. Like, you also have like the books to draw from. Even in the 343 games, there is enough character there. He can be a stagnant character. It's fine. He doesn't have to grow or change or develop, at least not all that much. He just needs to be consistently well written and do Master Chief things. He's not a hard character to adapt. He's very simple. Very, very simple.
He's a man of few words and even fewer displays of emotion.
That's not true. That's not true at all.
Yeah, I've heard in the show he fucking won't ever shut up.
He won't shut up. He's a complete psychopath. He's constantly he yells all the fucking time. He's a fucking goddamn unstable little bitch boy. Like, I guess the person who wrote this is under the impression that he can't understand if someone emotes if they don't have a helmet on. Because there's that scene in Halo Infinite where that one Spartan dies, and there's this chief just in silence after he dies. Like, regardless of what you talk say about Halo Infinite, it gets the point across of like he is in mourning because the Spartan just died.
Well, it's not even just that. Like in the very beginning, when what's his face, Pilot Man, is going like, like you don't even have a weapon. Like you're going up against an army. What hope do you have? And it does show Chief looking through a warthog, which is floating in 0G, and he looks and he passes by a marine, and like he is grabbing his rifle, but it does show him like giving him a second glance as if it's just like, yeah, like he lost someone, like another human has died in the process of this very bloody war. Like he like Chief emotes, it's just very subtle. You have to understand his character.
Yeah, like in Fall of Reach, when they first get aboard the Covenant ship and Sam's armor is damaged, he can't go. It explicitly says that like if he looked back, he would go with Sam. He would go to Sam and die with him. Because Chief cares about his fellow Spartan too, because that's his family. Despite all of the horrible things Cortana did in Halo 5, he literally said, "Come back with us, come home," because he cares about Cortana. Cortana is his closest friend.
And also examples in Fall of Reach when William, I believe was his name, when they were boarding Cairo Station, his jetpack gets hit and he just goes off into space. Chief immediately is like, permission to perform a rescue mission. Like he immediately just wants to go get him back.
Yeah.
He cares so much to the point that, yeah, when Linda has essentially her helmet melted into her face, immediately throws her in cryo, even though like she's technically dead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because there's so much to pull from, but because the writers of this never experienced any of the games or any of the external material, they only see it as the stupid shooty pew pew.
Because that's the problem with modern writers. They think they're always better than the source material, and it's going to happen every single time. The Mario Galaxy movie has more references to fucking Odyssey than it does to the game that it's named after. To the like, it even gets to the point where no, the protagonist isn't even fucking Mario or Luigi. It's Peach.
Yeah.
Then we've got things like the Helldivers movie, which is coming up. The director is refusing to play the game. And it's just like, okay, congratulations. I'm not gonna fucking see it then.
I'd probably pirate it.
Probably again should not be admitting that on.
I don't care. Like it's what was it? Who was one today? I think it was Gabe that said piracy isn't a cost issue, it's a service issue.
Yes.
The TV series.
So here's like, if this was like the only shot we saw him without his helmet, just from the back, I'd be fine with it.
On the other hand, is perfectly willing to
because it's weird. We know what Master Chief looks like from descriptions in the books. Apparently he has
and the Halo 4 Legendary isn't that that's just a close up of his eyes? Close up of enough of his face that you could kind of put enough of a picture, and then also the Fall of Reach animated movie.
Yeah, but that's with young Chief, right? Like we don't know what like current Chief looks like. We know what young Chief looks like.
We know he'd be somewhere around his 40s.
Yeah, and he has a gap in his teeth, his front teeth.
All those augmentations in dentistry was not considered one of them.
I get, yeah. I just like Master Chief just has a gap in his teeth. I think that's funny. He also has like white streaks in his hair as well. He's got
that's weird.
Yeah, I mean that in Fall of Reach that was described. He had like white streaks in his hair. I think it was a consequence of his augmentations.
Okay.
Explore the man underneath the imposing armor. As much as the decision to show Master Chief's face stirred up some initial controversy, it's hard to imagine the series working as well as it does without star Pablo Schreiber spending so much time out of the armor.
It's that you missed the point of Master Chief then.
Yeah, you missed the point, and also Pablo, like I'm sure he's a great guy. but I've heard also that he also didn't understand the character that well.
No, because no one did. No one did their fucking research. No one did the research. No one bothered to even understand like why, like what, like. Imagine if Pablo did the Carl Urban and went, "No, I'm not taking the helmet off."
God, that's the level of commitment I miss.
Yeah, I love the fact that Carl Urban, unlike Sylvester Stallone, was just like, "I'm not taking the helmet off." No, Dredd doesn't take his helmet off. Don't we know what Dredd looks like? Because in the comics we see his clone.
Well, yeah, we've seen glimpses of what technically Dredd would look like underneath the helmet.
Mm-hmm.
The Covenant slaughtered hundreds.
Oh, this bitch, this vile, disgusting filth. Which, by the way, we have a character from that's going to show the perspective of Covenant. We can't have it be the Arbiter. Let's have it be a human who decided to join the Covenant because humans were mean to her and shocked her friend to death or whatever.
The Covenant is trying to wipe out humanity. Why would they have a human?
She's a blessed one. She's one of, I think it's like 1 in a billion people that can activate Forerunner technology.
But all humans can activate Forerunner technology because they're the I forgot what the fucking term is. God damn it.
Reclaimers.
Yeah, because they're the reclaimers.
No.
Like
No. That's not how it works. No. Which, by the way, the astronomical coincidence that the Covenant and the humans have these two people on their sides is fucking absurd.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
That's not how it works.
Yep.
I don't care at all.
And
like,
what's funny is that Mackie is her name or whatever. She decides to like betray the Covenant because she gets that Master D.
Wow.
Master Chief has sex in this show.
So that's all it takes to break your alien conditioning is just some good dick.
Yeah, she has no moral compass to standard.
That's weird.
Of my people, and then flew off with the artifact. And then you dropped from the sky, offering to help us get it back.
Actually, how much more intimidating would that scene be if it was Chief in his armor saying it in kind of the same tone as he normally would? But there's that slight edge, you know?
Yeah.
It'd be hard to balance. I would imagine you'd have to do like a few takes to make sure you can.
Oh, 100%. But I think you could be able to get it done, especially if it's like involves like one of the Spartans dying, one of his.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he could like, you could hear that he could hear him like trying to control it, but there's that slight tinge of anger. Which, by the way, they should have just had like a stunt actor in the suit and just do voiceover with Steve Downes.
Oh, like they're going to be mostly doing for Mando.
Yeah.
Let's face it, Pedro's not been in the suit nearly this entire time.
Which also, I don't know why they got Jen Taylor to be Cortana, but not Halsey in this show.
That's
also,
weird.
They made Halsey like horrendously evil.
Yeah, it's so cartoonishly evil that even original Halsey would just be like, "No, I was doing this to prevent like humanity from going into the Stone Age because of the insurrection. You're just an asshole."
Well, there's also the fact that Halsey's in the real Halsey is more complicated. She's not a good person, but she's not a terrible person necessarily. She genuinely feels awful for what happened to all of the kids. She cares about the Spartans quite a bit. It's that line in Halo 5, as terrible as it is, when Halsey says, "Spartan Locke, bring John home back, please," because she cares about them. They're her children. They're her children, basically.
And again, like she was doing this out of a greater sacrifice because I've always forget what the name of the equation is, but it was the report written by Admiral
equation?
Cole. What?
That's not the Drake equation, right?
I don't think so. Yeah, where it was the report written by Admiral Cole that if there had been a galaxy-wide insurrection, that it would have reduced humanity back to the Stone Age.
Mm-hmm. The Spartans were an unfortunate necessity, and Like there's even something where like she wants more time for research for these augmentations, but she doesn't have time, so she has to go through with it. Again, like I said, Halsey is her deal is very complicated, but she's not evil.
Mm-hmm.
Oni is evil, but they're kind of a necessary evil.
A necessary evil until you realize just how stupid they are when they're not doing evil shit.
True, they are quite stupid.
Remember, they predicted that Reach would fall like X amount of months, and then the Covenant showed up the next day of that report.
Sorry, I meant to. Go ahead.
Yeah, remember, the Oni predicted that Reach would fall, like, in, I believe, like, 3 months, like, something, like, within the war. And then they showed up to Reach the next day.
Yeah.
If it's done involve kidnapping children, Oni is worthless.
Pretty much.
Betraying the qualities.
Shit. Trying to go back.
Without fundamentally betraying the qualities.
God damn it. There we go.
The series humanizes John without
No, he's already humanized though.
Yeah, you didn't know anything if you think this is humanizing him.
Literally, that scene when Johnson dies and he just has that moment of silence. Or when he comes across Cortana back when he goes back for Cortana and he goes like literally goes when she says, "You got a plan of getting us out of here?" Figured I'd shoot my way out, shake things up a bit. Like that's great. That's great. It's like a little quip, little joke. Also, Cortana is not Cortana in this. Cortana is a sassy gal. She is very, very sassy, and that's why we like her.
In this show, Cortana is acting more like the weapon.
Yeah.
From Infinite.
Yeah.
Fundamentally betraying the qualities fans love from the games.
Yes, it did.
This show is a complete spit in the fucking face.
To put it in perspective, Cortana's existence is to control and potentially kill the Spartans if they ever go out of line. Cortana is Master Chief's best friend. Closest ally. Someone he's willing to go rogue over, basically. Isn't that like the premise of Halo 5 with Master Chief? He's gone rogue for Cortana or whatever.
Yeah, turns out Cortana is still alive, and he's gonna go get her. And it's what is actually leads to one of my one of the decent lines I have. It followed up by unfortunately a shitty like cutscene fight, and it's Locke engaging in Chief, and he's like, Cortana is our problem now. The hell she is. And then he starts swinging.
Yeah.
And then the problem of that fight, however, is that Locke is able to kick his ass enough that he cracks his fucking helmet. And it's just like, I'm sorry. Like, Spartan 4s are amazing compared to normal humans.
But Spartan 2s
we're talking about 2s here,
yeah,
though.
Weren't Spartan 2s like just objectively the strongest?
Yes. Like I think while Kelly was holding back against like Spartan 3s, she was able to go 3v1 and still won.
I mean, all Kelly needed to do was run around them, and she'd make a flash tornado because she's like, apparently like the speed calculation for the Spartan 2s without armor is like 50 kilometers an hour.
I love that so much. It's so stupid.
And yes, that includes the much discussed sex scene in episode 8.
Because I don't even have an issue with. No, because isn't one of the augments like one of the side effects was suppressed sexual drive?
I don't think so, but you'd imagine because of just their attitude and their will to fight and all that kind of stuff that they would find sex boring.
Maybe, possibly. I'm not even necessarily against Master Chief or
I'm also pretty sure they're sterilized, by the way, because there was a big problem with there was a comic that was released around Halo 2 where a retired Spartan 2 was testing out Chief's Mark 5, the Mark 6 Mjolnir armor, and she talks about how she's getting ready to have kids, and it's just like, Spartan, you can't have kids. Like, what are you doing?
Maybe they might be sterilized, but here's like, I don't even necessarily have an issue for like an alternate continuity for Chief or another Spartan to have sex or whatever. Or I don't even have initially an issue with that, but the fact that it's with the Covenant bitch that's responsible for the murder of countless humans is weird.
Yeah.
Season 1's greatest success, however, is with Natasha McElhone's Dr. Catherine Halsey and her digital creation, Cortana, played by Jen Taylor.
Hello, Dr. Halsey. It is so good to finally meet you.
I hate the fact because like Cortana's supposed to is from she's from a clone they cloned Halsey's brain and they based Cortana off of that, right?
No, so smart AIs are essentially based off of flash scans of a person's brain. It's not a cloned brain. It's just straight up a brain scan.
Oh, okay. Because in the show, they clone Dr. Halsey in her entirety. They like teach the clone like how to do things, like put together puzzles and whatnot. Then they dissolve the clone in acid and like take the brain or whatever, and then that's how it's made.
What?
Yeah.
That's inefficient as fuck.
It is. And then there's this one creepy dude that's like perving on the Halsey clone.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
What is this garbage? I swear.
It's the Halo. It's Halo Season 1. That's what it is.
I hate when
Season 1
Hollywood
takes
touches
full
video
advantage of
games.
Halsey's rich characterization in the games.
I mean, we sort of have this problem, like even with shows that we're enjoying. I'm showing Jake Landman, and there's this real, like, for some reason they really like to focus on just how like attractive Tommy's daughter is, and it's just like she's 17, and the show just keeps going, man, she's a hot piece of jailbait, isn't she? And it's like, could you please stop doing that? Could you please stop saying that? Like,
That's disgusting.
it's weird. Like,
Yeah.
she's like looking for
pedophiles.
coconut oil to get a tan, and it just gets a good shot of her ass. And I remember, and I was hearing Jake while I was making some tacos, and it just like we just went to show she's 17. Stop it.
Yeah, like it's creepy.
Yeah, but I hate people. Yeah, it's weird.
But why? I just want you to listen to what this person says.
It is so good to finally meet you.
Season 1 takes full advantage of Halsey's rich characterization in the games, slowly transforming her from mother figure to mad scientist who believes her noble ends justify any means.
Which is counterintuitive to Catherine Halsey because she fully understood the horrible things she was doing, but also knew
She was completely goddamn aware.
She was completely aware.
What
She
in the
was
fucking fuck?
But the thing is, in a weird way, the ends did justify the means at the end of the day.
Because humanity was on the verge of extinction.
Exactly. And like again, the game, like then of course there's also this weird thing with Halsey, like and how or more specifically with Spartans, and how like they're these mindless automatons, and then I'm reminded of that line from Halo Reach of like orators, are you a puppet or are you a Spartan? It's like yeah.
She knows what these things can do, and they're in Halo 4. Remember, like, you would have recently watched this, the introduction cutscene where it shows like Halsey being interviewed by Oni, and it was just like, oh, the Master Chief's gone. His file says missing in action.
Well, yeah, because Spartans have to be designated MIA, because like you said, watching one die is completely demoralizing. Because like these veritable,
Yeah.
these like god among these, if these super soldiers that are essentially gods compared to the average soldier, if they get killed, like morale is done. It's over. It's evaporated.
Yeah, and this Oni agent is just like, come on, Dr. Halsey. Spartans never die, and it's just like, if there's one Spartan that I know that is still out there, it is Master Chief. Like, or I think she does say it is John.
Yeah. Wake me when you need me.
McElhone's quietly intense performance helps prevent Halsey from devolving into a full-blown villain.
She is though. She is a villain. Like most of the shit she does in this, at least I haven't seen season 2, so that's why this is just season 1. But like most of the shit she does in season 1 is just objectively evil. Like.
And Cortana, despite her slightly odd visual appearance, proves to be equally fascinating.
That's a lie. That's a
Yeah,
lie.
she just straight up looks like the weapon.
Yeah, well, yeah, or Joyful, I think, as she's called in like extended media or whatever. Because apparently Cortana dies off screen in a book somewhere. Thanks, 343.
Yeah, she blew up the Brute's home world with the Guardian, and when confronted by Atriox, like decided like, oh, I'm a good guy again, and then blew herself up with Atriox, but Atriox is still alive, along with these like fallen super duper precursor race. I don't fucking know. I stopped caring.
Yeah.
Halo has its own natural talent of making you stop caring because the IP is just going to shit so bad.
And he already has since arguably Halo 4.
For the course of the season, she's forced to choose between her programming and her growing attachment to Master Chief. That pays off handsomely in the season finale.
Which is fucking stupid because it's like they had the ability to tell a much better story and exploration of the humanity of a Spartan, in the sense of, despite all of the things that John has been through and what was done to him and what he had taken away from him, he still fights for and likes humanity. He's still willing to fight and die for them because he understands what happened to him sucked, but it was necessary.
Yeah, and you could partially argue that that's because he's indoctrinated.
Yeah,
but still,
part of it is probably indoctrination, but which of course that could also be something you bring up, and you can have him maybe acknowledge that as well. But also bring up the fact is it can't all be that. There has to be some part of him that at the very least kind of goes, well, it happened, and here I am, and now I have a job to do.
The series adds 2 significant original characters to the mix in season.
Don't you fucking compliment Quan. I was always retarded, ha. Please.
Season 1 to decidedly mixed results. Charlie Murphy's McKee is a welcome wrinkle to this new continuity.
No, she's not. She's
oh god, I forgot what the elites look like in this show without the armor on.
Yeah.
Oh my
Hey.
Fucking split,
Hi, how are you?
fucking split chins.
Giving fans a unique perspective into life among the Covenant.
We already had that with the Arbiter. Which, by the way, the unique perspective from a human who was brought into the Covenant because humans ism are bad.
Even though the Covenant wouldn't do that, the Covenant would just be like, "Oh my god, a human!" Bang, bang, bang,
But
bang.
she's
bang,
a
bang,
blessed one that can activate the Forerunner thing, so they can activate.
We can all
Halo.
activate them.
No, only like
Because we were going with the original lore. All of humanity were the Forerunners.
No, we had to have blessed ones, and and the artifacts can like bring back like repressed memories and create EMPs and like, but also power things, and it's basically space magic.
Makee grows steadily more tragic and compelling over the course of these 9 episodes as she embarks on her deep cover mission, unwittingly finds love, and ultimately realizes she's an outcast among both the Covenant and humankind.
No shit, she's an outcast. She's a human among the fucking aliens that want to genocide and destroy humanity. No fucking shit.
Yeah, like
She's a reprehensible monster that doesn't that like the scene where she gets it's like shocked and like potentially dies at the end of season 1. Like, oh my god, look how tragic it is. Like, good, you get what you fucking deserve.
Yeah, you're a traitor to your race, like your species.
Yeah, exactly. How would a human know how to speak an alien language or even be able possible? That's always bugged me.
Exactly. What the hell?
By the way, the Covenant can also just speak English. Like, that part's kind of dumb, but it's just also for like the convenience of the audience.
I mean, we assume that was like that can just happen because that's just happened in the games. Remember, like,
oh yeah, the prophets were speaking in that hologram, and then Cortana snaps her fingers and it starts translating.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Well, actually, not even that. Remember, Truth's speech before they hit the bunker in 3 is in English, and then the conversation between Gravemind, Chief, and Arbiter. Like, Arbiter is speaking English.
Yeah, I know that.
Less compelling is insurrectionist Quan Ha.
Oh my god, even the IGN shill recognizes Quan Ha as fucking stupid.
Played by Yaren Ha. While this character serves a useful purpose in the series premiere, the show fails to justify her continued presence beyond that.
True.
The series almost invariably loses its momentum whenever Quan Ha and Bokeem Woodbine's Soren 066 step into the spotlight, as their storyline never feels terribly relevant to the larger plot.
That is a big issue. Quan's sections outside of like the first, which her sections are always insufferable, even with, because this is a fucking dumbass that wants independence for her planet. And she's threatening to tell she's threatening to like not work with the UNSC to stop to help confirm the result, the confirm that the Covenant exists or whatever. Even though they've been fighting the Covenant for years, possibly decades. Given Soren's wife was a victim at the hand of the Covenant, and she's like in her 30s or whatever. So potentially like 10, 20 years they've been at war with the Covenant, and the galaxy still needs convincing this is an issue despite multiple planets already being glassed over.
So the problem being is the something that's not really brought up is the fact that the UNSC does kind of exist in this somewhat. Okay. The UNSC are not space fascists, but they do like have they're very authoritarian. Like, and part of that is the spreading of information. While during the evacuation of Reach, for example, like there were like they would lie essentially to the masses saying that we're not currently getting our asses kicked 7 ways from Sunday. They're like, everything's fine, hop on the transports, as like somebody's being melted by fucking plasma rays.
Yeah, but like that's but Fall of Reach happened like that happened very shortly after the first contact with the Covenant. We're talking about
the Fall of Reach, like, no, I think the timeline might be a bit mixed up for you. The Human Covenant War was happening for by the time Reach fell, had been happening for like around 10 years.
Okay, well that's just dumb. People should have known before. The information should have spread before, like Like should have
Yeah,
spread. That's just
that's why like they've kind of like twisted the UNSC into this like half fascistic government when it's just like, no, that you're not doing a good job at explaining this. None of you writers are.
Exactly. Which, by the way, them being a bit more authoritarian in terms of their rule kind of makes sense, given it's a galaxy-spanning civilization. You kind of have to be, with like planets representing nations potentially. So there is that. But the way that they do it in the show is they just flat out have this evil-looking guy in a totally not SS trench coat executing prisoners with a gun, with like a being stone-faced.
So I just pulled it up just for context sake for the audience. The Human Covenant War lasted 28 years.
Yeah.
God.
But like it's potentially been that long in the show, so it should be. It should be common knowledge, at least to most of the galaxy, this shit's happening, right? Like you can't you can't just have entire planets be glassed over and destroyed, and have trade routes be especially considering Madrigal is apparently like a massive, the one that plants Quan's from is like it's like this massive trading of like resources. But you would have key planets that are like resource hubs being like Reach like wasn't it like the destruction of Reach that then kind of the UNSC was then like, okay, they need to know now, because Reach was very important.
Losing Reach was damn near the point where they were saying like the war's almost been lost, because Reach was so important towards trade, production of arms and ships, and it's where the fucking Spartans came from.
Yeah.
Like it was like that's why I believe after the fall of Reach they were building the UNSC Infinity to just essentially be like, all right, we're just gonna have to become a nomad species by this point, because we are going to die if we keep sitting on our own planets.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know. I'm sorry. At this point in time, like planets are gone. Important planets to like get to galactic trade. Which if galactic trade is interrupted, that's going to be felt on a planetary scale, potentially. So, like, there's no reason why you should have some fat retard in episode 1 saying that the Covenant was UNSC propaganda. That's stupid.
There were retards in the books, however, that did think that if the insurrectionists not necessarily sided with the Covenant, but if they basically stayed out of the way, that the Covenant wouldn't bother with them.
No, it's not. Yeah, they're stupid.
Yeah, when it's just like, no, it's not that they're trying to target the UNSC, they're targeting humanity. They want all of us dead.
Well, yeah.
That's especially...
And hell, actually, when you think about it, when to bring up the timeline, remember, by the time that first contact happened with just the Spartans, fighting on Harvest had lasted for almost a full month. Like that's
true.
That's like how fast information in the Halo universe travels incredibly slow.
Yeah. But again, by the time you have planets being just gone, that's when people would start to know.
Mm-hmm.
In the entirely Kwanha focused episode 7. Still, season 1 is generally successful at adapting the sweeping mythology of the games without...
No, it isn't. They generally successful. What do you mean? Make sense, IGN man.
Without ever becoming too bogged down in world building or extraneous backstory.
Yeah, it does a horrible job world building, and by the way, I think there's from what I remember, there's a scene where Chief is trying to explain slip space to Quan, and Quan just says, "Oh, just shut up and enjoy this. Just enjoy how it looks." It's like, no, please explain how slip space works. That's kind of important. It's the main method.
Yeah, you need to explain to the audience. Yeah,
yeah,
it's your main mode of transportation.
The series essentially acts as a prequel to the original Halo Combat Evolved, which...
No, that's Fall of Reach. That's the Fall of Reach book. You shut your disgusting whore mouth by saying that. That's Fall of Reach. Everyone read Fall of Reach. Because it literally is. It was released, I think, like 2 weeks before the first game came out.
Allows the focus to remain on establishing and fleshing out the core cast of characters before shifting focus to battlegrounds like the Fall of Reach and the Halo Ring in future seasons.
The Fall of Reach in Season 2, from what I understand, literally happens in, like, an episode.
Reach took, like, if I remember correctly, the timeline says that Reach, like, took either a month to fall or 3 months.
Yeah, but no, apparently it, like, falls in, like, a day in Season 2, from what I understand.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Over a month is what it's saying.
I hate
So, do you realize what would have had to have happened if for the Fall of Reach to be like a day?
Well,
High Charity would have had to have arrived.
Well, apparently humanity, just from what I understand, like, Oni just took all the Spartan armor to go and make the Spartan 3s or whatever, and just like the Unity just kind of left Reach.
It's their main production ground. You can't just abandon Reach.
Exactly. They hate Halo and everything that it represents and stands for.
In order for Reach to have fallen within a day, like even with the idea of winter contingency and everything that Halo Reach and Halo the Fall of Reach, like them working together in one continuous timeline. Like I said, I think High Charity would have had to arrive because that would mean that all of them are fucking there.
Nope. It happens within like a day. We have to have more Master Chief being a psychopath and stuff. Sorry, no, not Master Chief, Master Cheeks. Because we see his ass.
Oh my god.
That character-driven approach generally works well, even if the finale is a bit anticlimactic as a result. Visually, the series isn't quite up to the challenge of replicating the look and scope of the games, but it makes the most of its hefty budget. Plenty of attention has...
Oh god, that running sequence looked awful.
I have
Yeah, he
seen,
was like he's gonna jump
I
in
have
the
seen
wall.
it, but I've heard
attention.
I've heard this is like one of the only instances that actually shows off like how fast a Spartan can actually move.
Well, here's the thing. This is why the Halo show should have, like, I know people wanted a live action Halo show, and I'm fine with that, but it can't have the Spartans in it. I'm sorry. Like, to really
I'd rather be animated.
Yeah, to really get across like the physical capabilities of Spartans, it needs to be animated. You need to have like Demon Slayer, Infinity Castle level fucking budget for that show to really show just how fast they are. And so,
or we just go to the afterlife, grab Monty, pull him back into his body, and then have him make a Project Freelancer, but officially canon.
Yeah, that too.
Because Project Freelancer, I've said, like, as much as I don't like its story, because the
story's
problem
it's kind of shit. Yeah.
Also, like, when you have the idea that Red versus Blue is taking place in the background from the events of the Halo, it's like, so where were you people when we were fighting the Covenant?
Well, no, the problem is like it started off like that kind of. But then, like, they kind of retconned it out of the Halo universe, and it's their own thing.
So when did they do that? Because it's so not clear that, as far as I was concerned,
it
that
was
it's
around. I think it was around like after season 5, when they get to season 6, is when it's kind of implied they've sort of retconned it. Because, like, I don't know, when you have Tucker giving birth to a Sangheili, I think that's kind of when it's like, or no, I think it was maybe around the time. Around season 3 when they started doing time travel shenanigans. That might have been it.
Okay, fair enough. Because the problem, like, I think about this all the time, and it's literally the first conversation in episode 1. It's like a Master Chief blows up a whole Covenant armada.
Yeah,
And
because
it's like,
it
yo,
was
that
originally
means
just a Halo parody at first, before
Yeah.
it was its own thing.
Has clearly been paid to recreating familiar Halo elements like Master Chief's armor, the weapons and vehicles, and the colorful menagerie of alien races that is the Covenant.
Which we barely see, by the way. The main antagonists are the UNSC. Which is...
That's stupid.
Yeah, it's dumb and retarded. Mackie is like the main is an antagonist for at least a little bit, but like it's primarily Halsey that's like an antagonist in this.
I have seen the bit where Chief essentially just lunges at her, and she hits the button, and he just goes unconscious and falls down.
Yeah.
Season 1 is bookended with major action sequences that mimic the games very closely, right down to the liberal use of first-person perspective.
So the problem is that like it's just a dude in a suit dodging and shooting at nothing, and that's what it looks like, because that's what's happening.
Yeah.
It's ultimately going to be the problem. Like, unless you would have to have both be CGI, and unfortunately, like if this were like a movie, it would probably look better. But it's a TV show where you need to space your budget out more. So,
those scenes are where the uncanny valley effect is most apparent.
Yeah, that looks awful.
God, yeah, I've seen this. It just looks absolutely awful.
Episode 5's key set piece, meanwhile, is far more successful at capturing the scale of Halo's combat without actively trying to mimic the look of a Halo firefight match. Hopefully, that episode will be used as a guidepost in future seasons.
Come on, give
Halo
it a 7.
Season 1 is by no means a perfect adaptation of the beloved source material.
Come on, give it a
series
7.
makes some storytelling mistakes and often stumbles when the action is too focused on recreating the look and style of the games.
Oh, it often fumbles when it's trying to be like the games. That's...
Oh, it's almost like it's trying to be an adaptation, so it fails as an adaptation.
Yeah, like the only thing I can give it is that certain things in it do look and feel like Halo, but only from a very superficial aspect.
But considering Hollywood's track record with video game adaptations, it's a small miracle Halo...
Which, by the way, after going back to Quan, I'm sorry, because I got sidetracked a little bit. She is not willing to assist with the UNSC despite watching the Covenant massacre her entire fucking outpost and murder her father. And her friends. The show is also, I would argue, unnecessarily gory. Like, people's heads get, like, blown off and limbs severed. There's, like, blood and chunks everywhere.
The problem being is that, like, Halo was always kind of this level of gory. It's just, unfortunately, the Xbox wasn't able to process it. Remember, in Fallout Reach, there's talking about how a Marine is holding his guts in place after he got hit once with a fucking needler.
True. I guess like people are getting more familiar with the games and how they are bloody, but like there's no aside from the flood elements, which are a lot more graphic. When you shoot a elite with a rocket launcher, they don't explode into mist. You know.
Yeah, they don't jib is the gameplay technical term. Like somebody like in like Wolfenstein when you blow up a Nazi and there's body parts everywhere. That's called jibbing.
I guess it's just out of it. To me, it felt out of place. And this is probably purely subjective because, like, the main source of the games, it's like, oh wait, this person's head just exploded. Which I understand logically that's what would happen, especially considering how plasma and all this stuff is described in the books of what it does. And like, it's not necessarily a bad thing that it happened, but I'm just like, oh wow, that's kind of jarring.
Yeah, I can understand.
Halo is as good as it is. It succeeds in charting a different, more character-driven course with the mythos.
Shut up. Shut your whore mouth.
This is an adaptation willing to...
God damn it!
Good.
I get it. No.
Of course, it's a 7.
...take some risks and those risks tend to pay off.
Zero.
No, they don't. Those risks most certainly didn't pay off because it got fucking canceled. But yeah, that
And now
was
Christopher Nolan wants to do something with it.
the Halo IP.
Yeah.
Fuck it. I mean, personally, I don't really. He's very much a hit or miss
No.
director, but
No, by this point, I kind of don't want anyone touching Halo, because remember District 9?
oh yeah, I remember District 9. That was like okay.
District 9 was put together from bits and pieces that were going to be the Halo show.
Oh okay.
Like, for some reason, Hollywood cannot adapt Halo.
Even though, like, they remember the Believe campaign for Halo 3?
Yes.
And how, like, the live action, like, stuff, and especially one for ODST, were really good.
Oh yeah, you don't have to remind me. Like, I think about ODST all the time. It's why I'm always dressed up as an ODST whenever we play Helldivers. I love this universe.
I still need to play ODST. But yeah, no, like, cause, and then remember what was it, like 50 years after the Covenant War documentary, stuff where they're going over.
Where they're going to veterans, like I was on the machine gun of a warthog.
Yeah.
And then that's when I saw Chief, like.
Yeah, and then like, at the end, what they do is that they have this like little thing about Master Chief and how he like inspired everybody and how he's like a hero to humanity, and it's like, oh man. You know, despite all the things that you know, John has been through, what was taken from him,
now,
he's still venerated as a fucking hero because he was.
God, you want to talk about like a marketing campaign, even for the bad games? Halo 5's marketing campaign had commercials that Master Chief fucking died, and you see humanity's reaction to that. The hero that saved them.
Well, because now Master Chief is a fucking hero. He saved humanity. He wasn't the strongest. He wasn't the fastest. But he was the luckiest. Which, by the way, they try to make Master Chief's luck like an in-universe thing, kind of, in the show, and sort of, kind of in the canon now, but mostly in the show. Because like the whole him being the luckiest was kind of like more of an observation about like certain things, than rather than like any sort of in-universe ability or consequence of his existence or whatever. Because like the whole I think like they alter if I remember correctly, they alter the so you don't see in the Fall of Reach where he calls heads on the one coin toss.
Yeah.
Apparently he did it like 11 times in the show in a row.
I think he only does it like 3 in the original book. I was trying to put in for the Master Chief collection. I was like, all right, let's just see what I can do, like if we want to truly do this. Master Chief collection by this point is 110 gigabytes.
Oh. Last I checked, it was like 60, but don't you have to like install each individual game?
Wait, didn't you buy me that?
I buy a lot of things. You'll need to be more specific.
Wait. You could collection. Well, no. Since you guys did that like sharing thing, shouldn't you already have it in your library?
Yeah, she should. But we did that later.
I have it. Because he gave it to me as a gift, I remember. And I was like, what is this? And I was like, Halo.
Yeah,
because it's a Master Chief collection.
Yeah, there's only what is it, like 5 games? ODST 1, 2, 3 Reach.
Yeah.
No, it's got 4.
I want to play.
Wait, you don't acknowledge Reach?
No, it's as in Halo 4.
Oh.
So you said 1, 2, 3 ODST and Reach. It's like you forgot Halo 4.
Okay, so
I don't really like Halo Reach as much, but I fuck around with Firefight every once in a while because it's probably got the most creative. I do not, however, like how the Master Chief Collection has changed it, because how with Halo Reach it used to be you could get you would get credits for what you were doing, and that could allow you to buy the certain armor slots. Now it's a battle pass, and it's like you didn't need to do that.
Yeah. But that was our triple feature. We talked about a good game. We talked about a terrible TV show. That, spoiler, after I'm done with RWBY Volume 9, almost done editing, by the way, that's going to be the next thing, is Halo Season 1. I think I'm going to die.
In terms of plugs, if we decide that we want to do more of the streamer-friendly stuff with Dead as Disco, you might see us streaming that. We recently did a date night episode and a rest of the group episode for Project Hail Mary. Let's see what else. We might get Max's thoughts on Mortal Kombat 2 for the record, and then we've got more Silent Hill coming up. So thank you all so much for watching.
Goodbye.